Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pentiment. So in the last episode we explored a little bit of this abbey complex while trying to find our way to this room, the Scriptorium, to work on our manuscript some more. We talked to the local monks here, we helped this one nun, I think her name was Sister Illuminata, to return 3 books that the other monks had borrowed but never returned for years even. And now it's, I believe that it's dinner time, so without further ado, let's go and eat. And I believe that we are supposed to eat with some specific people we promised to eat with. I don't remember their names though. Can I see our current objectives somewhere? Was it here? No. Here? No, it's April 21st, 1518. 6th, 11th. Meal hours. Okay, I guess we can't see our objectives anywhere. So where do we go now? Scriptorium. Oh, that also leads to that Scriptorium. Okay. Prior's house and cemetery. I guess I'm gonna have to take out the map here. Okay, so we are here right now. Cemetery, animal pens, abattoir, kitchen and cellar. We don't eat at the dormitory, do we? No, I don't think so. I mean, the kitchen is here, so the place where we eat cannot be very far away. There's a guest house. What is this? Objective. Ah, okay, so that's where we go. Alright. Then we have other icons here. Investigate, meal, and sleep. Okay. People. Oh, there's quite a few names here already. So many people, so many names to remember. And journal. And there's hour 9. Clara kindly gave me some food for dinner. I should see if Otto and Endris are around. Otto is working below the abbey between the guest house and the abbot's house. Okay, so between the guest house and the abbot's house. Okay. And we can see all of this. Here is all the choices that we have made for this character, Endris, so far. Okay, so between the guest house and the abbot's house. So here somewhere, or maybe it's that. Okay, well, let's go there. Is this the place? Martin is here. That brat. Guest house. Okay. Endris. Ah, there he is. But before that, let's see if Martin has anything to say. Go away, Endris. Can't you see I'm busy? Not really. What are you doing? I thought we could have a pleasant conversation for once. Well, what are you doing? Mind your own business. What a brat. Fine, you are right. You are right. It doesn't concern me. I'm only curious, and curiosity is a virtue. Is it? You're a scoundrel, always up to no good. I'm keeping my eye on you. Well, curiosity is a virtue, I guess. You're nothing but a snoop and windbag. Piss off. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, Jesus, fine. What's his problem? Oh, here's Endris and Otto. Good day, Master Malheur. Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Endris. Otto. Clara did give me your message. What was the message again? Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. Ah, the abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Leave him be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. Okay, what do we have here? Looks like bread and cheese for the most part. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 How did the morning treat you? I've had a bad morning, barely got anything done, and my neck's aching anyway. How did the morning treat you? Not too bad, thanks. I heard my damned hand split in timber to replace a bad beam in the abbot's house. It's not that bad of an injury. It just galls me that the abbot bleeds us dry and we are expected to work here when it suits him. Select food item to eat. So these are ours. Sheep's milk, cheese and rye bread. Well, let's take some rye bread, I guess. Oh, it's not all that bad. I get a lot of good work from the abbey. Casting pilgrim's badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. Oh yeah, he's the blacksmith guy we helped out earlier in the morning, isn't he? Let's take some cheese. Not much else to eat. Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron, Rothvogel, in the meadow on your way up here. What's that all about? He's here to check on a commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. I think he may be here to press your brother Piero to finish the manuscript he's working on. I didn't get that impression. As far as I can tell, he's come to terrorize the people of Tassing and Kiersau. None of these are really true, or at least I didn't get that impression, so let's just say this. He's here to check on a commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. He was, though Father Matthias had some misgivings about the Baron. What kind of misgivings? He does seem like he has an unsavory side to him. Don't all nobles have a unsavory side to them? Well, what kind of misgivings? That he fools around with young women. He's married, of course. Although that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumors like that. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back. Old Rannick, may he rest in peace. Rannick, someone we know. Rannick Kemper, the late husband of Ottilia. Oh yeah, Ottilia was that old woman who cursed the Baron Rothvogel on our way to the abbey. At that time I was wondering what was that about. And now we know. The Baron apparently beat up her husband. Yeah, I can see why she was so mad seeing him again. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that. He beat someone? That doesn't seem like the sort of thing he would do. Well, we just met him, so we can't really say that, I don't think. What did you talk about then? I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Well, we thought the same thing, to be honest. He talked to me about my work. He's fascinated by both art and books. Martin Luther, my time at university, and variety of other things. He's quite well educated. He could sense my inherent moral quality, Otto. Well, let's just tell the truth. Sure, I imagine you have a lot of time to read when you don't have to worry where your next meal is going to come from. Is that jealousy or grudginess that I'm hearing from your tone there? Or bitterness? This bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Endris. No one should get away with what he does. What this abbey does. No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. No, I understand. I see why people resent the abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord. I think you are being unfair. The abbey does Tassing a lot of good, more than you realize. or we can pick the theologian option. The church is supposed to be our shepherd. When they act as our lords, it's hard to see how they are helping us, so we are basically criticizing them. Well, since we picked up the theologian option earlier, then might as continue picking up the options when they are given to us, right? Oh, Otto, did you see that? Did you see that the Power's ship escaped the grazing fields again? Oh yeah, we saw that in the morning. No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it. Martin, a new name. Oh wait, it's not a new name, it's that brat. Yeah, I thought so. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in Tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. What, he's married? And he has a child. That's hard to believe. On top of that, he's a damned thief. And before you say it, Endris, that's more than just a gossip. Look at him. Over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. I admit he seemed less than helpful when I saw him this morning. He's a born shirker, I don't know what that means. Sure enough, maybe it's a thief or something else unsavory type. I know one when I see one. He's just a boy. He still has time to change. I just don't know what shirker means. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the dictionary here real quick. So it basically means a troublemaker who skips school and stuff. Okay. Local troublemaker. Yeah, let's say this. I agree. Especially when you look in a mirror. Speaking of the Power sheep, their eaves are shorn, and the woman will be spinning it soon. Although eaves, not sure what that means either. I got it, Endris. No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. Looks like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Endris. Oh, Andreas, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Eva was new face. Eva, huh? Well chosen, Otto. Andreas, don't. Just tell her hello for me and keep out of it. You're the one involving me in your courtship. I didn't ask to be your messenger. Excuse me. Fine, I'll tell her. Back to work. Time to get back to work. And at the perfect timing too, because it's raining. And he's still here. Okay, well, let's get back to Scriptorium. What's happening here? Matthew is here, Carl, and what are these people? Just travelers? God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Matthew. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kiersau's sacrist, I assume that means a treasurer. I tend to the shrine of Saint Moritz. He is the patron of Tassing and Kiersau both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. You mean the hand? The shrine is always beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I always leave inspired. The martyrdom of Saint Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You are familiar with the life of Saint Moritz, are you not? Yes. He was the former Roman general or something who got converted to Christianity. Unfortunately, I did not learn about I did not learn about all of the minor saints in university. Well, I have been so focused on my masterpiece, I'm afraid I don't make a habit of learning. Well, let's pick the theologian option. Unfortunately, I did not learn about all of the minor saints in university. Though he may not be well known in the church, Saint Moritz is both Tassing and Kirsau's patron saint. Yeah, we know that. You ought to learn something about him while you are here. Why is this highlighted in blue? By all means. Saint Moritz is most widely known for his martyrdom at the lands of the Romans. Did I misread that? Did he say hands of the Romans and not lands of the Romans? He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he and his legion were decimated. Do you mean annihilated? Because technically decimation means 1 of every 10. What do you mean his legion? Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? What is this symbol here? I mean, I know what that is, but where did we get that? Well, do you mean annihilated? From Decimus. Anyway, you said his legion. Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. That's where we are right now. Bavaria. Powerful duchy in the southeastern Holy Roman Empire. It is east of Swabia and north of Tyrol. Tassing and Kirsau sit in the extreme south of the duchy, near the border with Tyrol. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates Saint Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Yes, I have been hearing about some of the pagan history in this town. There are some in Tassing who still cling to the pagan traditions, yes, God save them. Saint Moritz and his legion were snowed into this pass, and the pagan townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Sachia, that's the other saint, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. What happened to Sachia? So how did Moritz's hand end up in Tassing? Well, I do want to ask this, what happened to Sachia, but I kind of want to know more about the hand. The Roman soldiers dismembered Saint Moritz for fear he would resurrect like Jesus. The Christians of the town fled with his body so that it would not be further desecrated, and his hand was preserved here. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Matthew. You are welcome, Master Muller. God bless you. Until later, brother. And what is this Carl's deal? Oh, hello, Endris. Hello, Carl. You seem busier than usual today. I'm behind in my work. I went up to the shrine of Saint Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long. Now I need to catch up. Do you go to the shrine very often? Your dedication to Saint Moritz is impressive. If I'm ever in a church that long, I must have fallen asleep. Do you go to the shrine very often? I usually go every autumn for a good harvest. Now that Helena's pregnant, I have tried to go pray every week. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I have been paying visits to Moritz's hand and Satia's shrine to pray for their aid. Oh yes, because dying during childbirth was quite common back then. I hope that the saints hear your prayers. You would be better off preparing for their child than praying to the saints. Do you really think the saints will hear you? Well, I think it would be better off preparing for the actual childbirth than praying to the saints. Don't you know the miracles of Saint Moritz, Andreas? He once restored the hand of a monk who was accused as a thief. If he can do that, he can help Helena. I hope that the saints hear your prayers. Thank you, Andreas. So do I. And we can't talk to these people, apparently. Maybe they are just pilgrims. Okay, but now let's... Yeah, can we get to the Scriptorium this way? Let's see. Maybe we can, but let's just go the way that I know. Let's just go through this way. And we are back here. And Prior Ferenc is here as well. Brother Adog, this work, I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Brother Prior, I am working to the best of my abilities and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent. Praise be to God. And Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you are so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior. I will work harder. Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on his progress and this is all you have? You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Wow, what a dick. Well, you're not the one who will have to answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. Excuse me, Prior Ferenc, but I believe your point is made. God, shut up, Ferenc. Stop taking out your frustrations on an old man. Damn, that's very aggressive. Well, fine, let's just be polite for now. Excuse me, Prior Ferenc, but I believe your point is made. Andreas, I will remind you that I am the master of the Scriptorium, and you are a guest here. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow. Look who is talking. You are insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh God, give me the patience to endure this. Please, everyone, this is my work, and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenc is right. Oh, there's Lorenz. And I don't remember his name anymore. He doesn't look very pleased. Prior Ferenc, is this mine? It must be, yes? It is, my lord. I can explain. No, I don't want excuses. I have come all this way, and I have to be honest. I expected more. It's nowhere near finished, and the style is... well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity toward Kiersau is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? No, of course not. Of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this, of course. Of course. We only want to accommodate you. Ah, Andreas, good to see you again. My lord? Not respectfully? How should I respond? Good to see you, Lorenz. Maybe we should not be so familiar with him in front of all these people. My lord? Excuse me? Father Gernot, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy complete it, if speed is your concern? No, I'm not talking about this script. That's fine. But the art, the illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Of course. I mean, if Andreas is all right with it. If it takes the pressure off... If it takes the pressure off of Brother Piero, I would be delighted to complete the work. Ah, well, Abbot, I am trying to finish my masterpiece at the moment. Well, I will do what I have to. Well, if it takes the pressure off of Brother Piero, I would be delighted to complete the work. There we have it. I hope this allays your concerns, my lord. Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper? Naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I would like Andreas to join us. Well, he looks shocked. My lord, I have already made supper plans with the trucker family in town. Yeah, I thought that we made a promise like that earlier this morning. Well, it is what it is, my lord. I have already made supper plans with the trucker family in town. Nonsense. You can eat with them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, that's also a fair point. Well, Father. Well, that would be quite unusual. Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend, the Prince Bishop, would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think? I understand. Yes, you are right, of course. Andreas may join us for supper. I look forward to it. Well, crap. You had this planned. Excuse me? You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Ambush, that's a very strong word to use. Very strong word. Oh, go to hell, Ferenc. Why are you mad at me? I'm trying to help. That's beyond ridiculous. Listen to yourself. Why are you mad at me? I'm trying to help. Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am. Yes, you are. And you have embarrassed me, the Abbot, and the Abbey. Prior Ferenc is right, of course. This guy is such a bootlegger. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Guy, can you stop flattering the Prior for 1 minute? If anyone is the embarrassment here, it's you, Ferenc. You are so insincere and you are so obvious about it, Guy. Say nothing. You are so insincere and you are so obvious about it, Guy. Brothers? If you please, Sister how do you spell that? Zdena and I would prefer it. Oh, she's the one talking here, by the way. I thought it was him for a moment. If you please, Sister Zdena and I would prefer if you could keep the noise down. It's Sister Illuminata speaking, I think. It sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. Of course. Get back to work, everyone. Well, that was dramatic. Well, that was not wonderful, but there's nothing to be done about it now. I'll finish my work here and wash up in the lavatorium for supper at the Abbot's table. And now it's supper time. A few more pages. Supper at the Abbot's table. Okay, so we have to make a choice here. Do we have to go and eat at the trucksters or go to the Abbot's table? Let's see. Okay, 6:11. Lunch is done. It was nice catching up with Otto and Endris, but it's about time I head back to the Scriptorium. Yeah, okay. Lorenz invited me to eat at the Abbot's table. I'm not sure I'm welcome, but I can't refuse the invitation. I should wash up at the lavatorium in the cloister and then join the brothers in the refectory. Klaus is going to be annoyed that I'm missing dinner with trucksters again. Well, it is what it is. Maybe he will understand. The gardener's taxes. Yeah, we have. Yeah, this one is done. I managed to convince Brother Matthew to pay me early for my manuscript. Luckily, I didn't need to convince the abbot. I should get the money to Clara. Okay, at least that's something. But now, we go and wash ourselves up. Where exactly? I don't see the... What's this? Oh, we are here. Oh, I thought I was here for a moment. Country yard and lavatorium. Yes, I think I know how to get there. Okay, so first we go here. Through the dormitory. They all sleep in the same room. Well, almost all of them. Refectory, or was it... I think it was... I think we go here first. Oh, no. Or no. Oh, wait, here. Andreas, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you. None of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. That's a shame. I always enjoy our talks. Now, the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table. You can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. I hope I don't make a fool of myself. These men are far above my station. I wish you could take my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honor. Somehow I don't think that he would be that willing to go to their table. Supper with an abbot and a nobleman. I could get used to this. Well, I hope I don't make a fool of myself. Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair. It's humiliating. Oh no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. And we all need a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. Aww. I like this guy. Piero is such a great man. And when you leave all of us at Kiersau Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. That's a good point. He's wrong, you know. Ferenc is wrong about you being slow. There's nothing wrong with your style. It's not old, just because a nobleman says so. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will ride over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will see you inside. And we wash our hands. And then we shall join them as well. It was here, right? And down here. Andreas, glad you could join us. Well, I didn't have much of a choice. Thank you, my lord. Father Gernot, Father Thomas, Prior Ferenc. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Oh, the Gospel of Matthew. Wonderful. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. Have you read Matthew much, Endris? Well, we did study theology, so naturally. Yes, I studied it extensively while I was in university, while I was pursuing my theology doctrine. Ahem. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gernot, have you read anything by Martin Luther? I can't say that He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying your quail on your last visit. Quail, I'm not sure what that means. Is that? I think that's meat, but I'm not sure what kind of meat. The quail? My God, Father Abbot, the quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? Uh-oh. He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we have seen before. Father Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not? My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not. Brother Matthew, yes? How appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences? Baron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine, fine. What about Andreas? Oh shit, don't you pin this on me. Certainly, a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. Oh boy. Yes, I have some thoughts. There's a great deal of theological merit to Luther's work. He's really... I think it says pushy. He's really put me in a difficult position. There's a lot of theology to talk about. Maybe Father Gernot would appreciate that. Why not join in a debate? Of course you would say that, Socrates. It may bring everyone closer to understanding truth. I don't think that these people care as much about the truth as they care about the doctrine that they follow. I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. To hell with the abbot. If he can't handle a little criticism, he isn't fit to sit at the fancy table. Well, there's a lot of theology to talk about. Maybe Father Gernot would appreciate that. But given his responses so far, it doesn't seem likely. Well, that's true, but screw it. Let's say this, since we have this option. Yes, I have some thoughts. There's a great deal of theological merit to Luther's work. Ah, a debate. Excellent. Why not start with the 95 Theses? Enough. Andreas, you should know better. Lord Rothvogel, you are our guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out of my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or with any other brother. Is that clear? I suppose, Father. It is your abbey, but you are taking too much offense at this, and you are far too afraid of change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, like Calvin, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change to the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you? I see. I have overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Tassiae. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome. Fathers, brothers, Andreas, good night. Why, Andreas? Why did you engage him? I expect better of you. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. I will take my leave as well. Good night. Well, that went about as well as I expected. Don't worry about Father Gernot and the Baron. I'm sure it will all be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. That seems unlikely. I think the Baron should apologize if he wants to be forgiven. Well, that seems unlikely. It may be so, but we must never lose hope. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. Brother Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? Ha! That is for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I am just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son. Compliant, so let me go to sleep, or I should get some sleep. An awkward supper. Yeah, that was very awkward, alright. Alright, well, how long have I been playing? I forgot when I started, but maybe somewhere between 40 to 50 minutes. I doubt that it's been a full hour, but I'm gonna end this episode here regardless. And in the next episode, well, we just have to go back to the Garnet's house and also possibly apologize for missing the supper at their house. But hey, it was what it was. We kinda had to indulge the Baron there. I'm sure they understand. I hope. Maybe we can make it up to them. But hey, at least we can give them the rent payment earlier, just like they asked. So that's a silver lining in all of this. But anyway, until next time. Thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Pentiment.